What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. Happy to see everyone again. You cannot imagine how happy I was when I was seeing all of those hellos on Twitch, but also on YouTube. It just truly feels good to be back to another live stream. Oh my god. Happy Monday to you all as well. Welcome back to another. Oh boy, I'm listening myself. I'm listening myself. That's not good. That's not good. Oh boy, oh boy. There we go. Fixed. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. Drippin Castle is saying, I'm a favorite streamer. Oh my god, don't say those things, dude. Oh my god, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Here we go again to another live stream. Happy to be back. Today we have some more PHP to do. I mean, I'm happy about that, you know what I mean? Diabel, welcome to the stream. Duker10, welcome to the stream. Cruzy, welcome to the stream. Govar, welcome to the stream as well. Jonas, once again. Here we go, boy. Welcome to the stream. Abdi Arnell, welcome to the stream as well. Lonely Wolf Software, welcome to the stream, man. Lonely Wolf is asking if I will be on PHP Tech this year. So I'm gonna tell you something. Chicago is actually one of my favorite places. One of my favorite TV shows, called Prison Break, was recorded in Chicago. And I was there and I had one of the best time ever. But you know, it's a long trip. It's like 2 flights. So I don't know, man. Let's see. If I will go, will be just as a regular attendee, to be, you know, with my PHP folks and with my buddies. So just chilling, you know what I mean? Anas Botalin, welcome to the stream. Moa Mood, welcome to the stream. Constantine Rose, welcome everyone. Ben James, welcome to the stream. I just arrived, so the stream just started, you know. Today we are starting a little bit late because, you know, I had some late work to do on Laravel Cloud. Thankfully, it's done and ready, because tomorrow we actually have a meetup in San Francisco where the team will demo Laravel Cloud to the attendees, and, you know, that will be very exciting. Of course, more than welcome to the stream. Zeno, Redizio, Pig and Flow, Drippin Castle, Mario, Adrian, everyone really. Nun Costa, welcome to the stream. First time chat. If you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, and I work with everything in between. Currently streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I have YouTube videos every single day at 1 p.m. You guys can now use this ! socials to have access to all my socials, but there is also other commands on Twitch. But welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you. How is the music? Is the music okay? Let me know, dude. Let me know. Yeah, today streaming some more pack stuff, and we have interesting players indeed to check. Steno983, thank you so much for your subscription on Prime. I really appreciate your support. All the money I'm getting from the stream will be reinvested on making the stream better. The music is okay. All right, that's perfect, man. That's perfect. So today we have some work to do. You know, we have some progress to do finally. Ronald, welcome from El Salvador. Nice to see you, dude. Patrick, welcome as well. Yeah, Constantine is basically sending me some pull requests. I'm going to steal, I think I'm going to still validate some pull requests. So I'm actually with this thing open right here. I think I'm going to still validate pull requests by date, you know, because I do understand that some pull requests are more important than the others. But, you know, I don't want to leave pull requests open forever. But you let me know in the chat if you think I'm validating something that that potentially is like better implemented on future pull requests or something like that. I have seen the word cache already multiple times. Oh, actually just 2, which is interesting. But you know, you let me know, okay, Constantine? Thank you, man. Constantine is already one of the, you know, top long contributors of Peck PHP. By the way, if you don't know what Peck PHP is, it is the next generation tool for past PHP. So you may have seen, you know, when you're working with PHP, you obviously have your composer.json, but typically you work with tooling. Now, some of that tooling might be Laravel Pint, Past PHP, PHPStorm, Refactoring PHP, but we are working all together as a community on something new, call it Peck PHP. And what Peck PHP does is literally detecting typos in your code. So if I go, for example, into my coding project right here, and I create something right here, let's say public function get checkers, but you know, with double S, which is obviously incorrect. If I run this tool we are building all together, it will just have a bunch of warnings. No, it is incorrect. It's because I'm using an incorrect version of PHP. There we go. Changing real quick, running Peck, and now as you can see we have Peck literally point us to the right direction. And as you can see, it shouldn't be called checkers with double S, but only checkers with one single S, and I can just quickly address the issue, run Peck again when we are ready to go. By the way, I was working on Laravel Cloud just before this, and I have actually made the font a little bit smaller, you know, a little bit smaller, but we are going to fix this by starting our stream as usual by configuring our PHPStorm. Jesus fuck, it's already like the 20 times in a row that I always start by changing my PHPStorm stuff. So let's put this into, I think I had about 20, potentially 20 font size. Yeah, this is okay. Let's keep working with this, okay? So this is Peck PHP, and I hope you guys find this project exciting, because I definitely do, okay? I definitely find this project interesting. Now, I actually, before even jumping to all of this stuff, we are going to, but I saw a video on YouTube that actually I'm very curious to watch. It's called PHP 8.3 running on iPhone. And I want to check that real quick. What do you guys think? Let me go here. Let me open this. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Benjamin Croissant, welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you, man. Carlson is asking, where do you get so much energy? Dude, I don't know, man. I'm always like this, to be honest. You know, I'm gonna be honest, my friends find me a little bit crazy because I'm always talking, you know. So I don't know, man. Alien News, thank you so much for the subscription 1 on Twitch. I really appreciate it. So before we jump into Peck PHP, I actually want to check this video. So I hope you guys find this video interesting. If you don't, I don't know, man. You better do, okay? So let's open this, put this from the beginning. So basically, this guy called it Simon Hemp. You guys know this guy? I know this guy. So basically, he have worked on this project called Native PHP, which is called Native PHP. There we go. And Native PHP was apparently only about desktops, you know, only about desktops. And I think, wow, Alien News, thank you so much for a bunch of tier 1 subscriptions. I really appreciate your support, dude. All of the money, dude, like literally all of the money. I mean, to be honest, like after Twitch take like 50%, it doesn't, I don't get too much, but all of the money I get will be reinvested on making the stream better. So thank you so much for your support. And we have this goal of reaching 500 subs, so I can actually do some Vim on stream, but yeah, let's talk about that another day. So anyways, Simon have worked on this project called Native PHP, which I haven't tried yet, but I would love actually to try this project someday. And it's about native PHP applications on the desktop, you know. But apparently today, he made this video called PHP 8.3 running on iOS 18.2 on device. So we are literally talking about running PHP on your iPhone. Can you imagine that? So I feel like it's a good place to start the stream. Just a quick 3 minutes video to see how it goes, okay? Oh my god, we have a couple of more tier 1 subs by Brodizio. Dude, thank you so much. It's not the first time you are subbing, so I really appreciate, you know, your support. You know, your support. I really appreciate that. And yeah, all of the money reinvested on the stream, making the stream even better, you know. And I've been on a strike, like literally almost streaming every single day. I didn't stream Sunday, you know, because of family. But, you know, happy to be back. Elon is saying, love your work on Laravel and open source. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate those words. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this project, call it Native PHP, but apparently the guy have done something for the mobile. So let's stop the music right here and just watch this video together real quick to see what Simon just did on Native PHP. Let me put the music of Safari, not too loud. Do I have Safari open? I don't. So if you guys are ready, let's just start on this.
Oh my god. Holy shamoles.
How is the music, by the way? How is the sound of the video? Is okay, the sound of the video? You guys on Twitch, let me know. You guys are like the first one getting the video. By the way, if you watch me from X, just change to YouTube on Twitch because it's just a little bit better. The sound is okay? All right, perfect. Let's go.
Oh my god. Holy shamoles. I've done it. Flipping cracked it.
He's definitely excited, huh? Yeah, because I know that Simon is basically trying to get PHP running on iOS. For those of you who don't understand like how big this is, we are literally talking about developing native mobile applications using PHP. That's how big this is. I don't know what Simon actually ended up doing, but from his reaction, I guess he actually cracked it. You know what I mean?
Well, let's see. What you're looking at now is...
Okay, you guys need to decide. Diabel is saying, I think it's fine, but a little bit too loud. And then just below, Garbodev is saying, the sound is a little bit quiet. Like, what do you guys mean? It's too loud or too quiet? Lone Wolf Software, are you actually Simon? Oh, too low. Okay, too low. Let's put it a little bit better. Okay. Now I hope it's good, okay? I made it a little bit loud, okay? Let's see.
Oh my god. Holy shamoles.
So from his reaction, I think he actually made it PHP running on native on iOS. I'm super curious about this.
Yes. What is it? Well, let's see. What you're looking at now is a Swift application.
Oh my god. I don't know how many of you have done like iOS development on this Xcode thing, but I remember one of the most painful things was if you wanted to actually ship a new version to Apple Store, you would have to wait for ages. So let's say, for example, in PHP, you have this web application and suddenly you have a problem, you know, and you deploy a bug fix with Forge, Vapor, Cloud, bam, it's in production, like super quick, takes like, 30 seconds, done. But with app stores, it's just the worst nightmare in the planet. You have to wait forever, like literally forever, which is such a big problem,
Compiled for iOS, bundled into it, and it's running on my actual phone, which is being displayed on the right, blah blah blah. There's a whole bunch of things here that aren't going to work right because it's on my phone and it's all very early days, but whatever. What are we doing? This is a Swift UI view here, and then we're trying to run some PHP code.
I would assume that we are not talking about web views anymore. He is literally talking about running PHP natively on iOS. So I don't know how is he doing this, but I would assume that any PHP output we see right here, it's actually the result of, PHP running on the phone itself, not like a Chrome view or whatever. You guys know what I mean? Eduardo, welcome to the stream. Rafael, welcome to the stream as well, man. Nice to see you, everyone here. We are currently watching a video that just came out about running PHP natively on iOS. Okay.
File at the moment. This file, you can see this file is empty, so nothing's gonna happen. So let's make it do something, right? Let's just do something really basic, because it doesn't have like hot reloading and that kind of stuff.
So some questions that I have immediately is that what will happen when this PHP file will have vendor, will have Laravel, and all of those big chunks of vendor directories, which potentially will occupy a lot of space on a device. I'm curious about that.
We're just gonna have to restart. Blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that I don't understand.
Also curious about the extensions, because as you may well know, Laravel requires a bunch of extensions. So I'm curious to see if the PHP binary included on this iOS framework, let's say, does have all those embedded extensions that will support something as powerful as Laravel. You know what I mean?
There you go. Same app, text coming from PHP. That's it. We've just broken the universe or something. The world is going to implode when they realize that you can write mobile applications with PHP. But screw those guys, because if we're going to do this, PHP is an awesome language, and I love using it. Now, if you're excited about that,
I am.
You should, one, check out my talk at the upcoming Laracon EU, which is happening at the beginning of February.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about Laracon EU. Let me check that real quick. Oh. Simon. Oh, yeah. Simon Hamp is talking at Laracon EU. Nice. I will be at Laracon EU, by the way. I will be at Laracon EU as well.
For that in the coming weeks. And secondly, if you think that this is in any way exciting, I really, really want to continue working on this and making it great, making it work with frameworks like Laravel and allowing people to build really cool apps with the ease of PHP. And I think that that's entirely possible. There are two challenges. One is time. If you can possibly do it, please sponsor this project. There are a few ways of doing it, but primarily if you go to github.com/sponsors/Simon Hamp, you can donate there. The other challenge that we're going to have is if Apple will let us deploy these apps through.
Adrian is asking if he's not the guy behind Laravel Erd PHP binary. I have no idea, man. I think that's Marcel. No, I think Marcel in Beyond Code. Maybe I'm mistaken. Dripping Castle is asking, there will be a big announcement about Laravel Cloud at Laracon EU. I don't know, man. Well, actually, I know, but I don't want to talk about that.
And honestly,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I see that Simon literally cracked, having PHP running on EOS device. I think people I don't know. I mean, at least I do realize how big this is. I do realize how big this is. Now, a question of if Simon can transform this from a POC to something a little bit more realistic with Laravel, potentially other things. That's a question for you that I may have for Simon. But yeah, great job, Simon. Congratulations. Come on, chat. Let's clap to Simon. Maybe we can have Simon someday here on stream talking a little bit about native PHP. Congrats, Simon, for, cracking this for us. Congratulations, man. All right, man. Let's go back into some music and some actual code. Bam, bam, bam. Back to some Peck development. I can close this. And yeah, today we're working on Peck. We are going to continue reviewing pull requests. You guys seem to love this. I also love this, to be honest, because it allows me to basically be in chat with you all the time. So I feel we are going to continue on that. So last time we were together, there was a few pull requests which I have put under draft because there was a lot of conflicts, and I asked the community to fix those conflicts. And now we are seeing and starting by those to see if the conflicts are actually addressed, and we are going to walk through them. So this was one of them, and I see that everything is now at least fixed in terms of conflict. So I think we can move forward with this. What do you guys think? Yeah, so congratulations, Simon. Lone Wolf is saying, so Nuno, if I could take Flutter out of it and I have just PHP, can you imagine how amazing it would be? Yeah, like literally not having to type a single line of JavaScript is already something huge to the world. You know what I mean? We're talking about a real thing being done right here. You know what I mean? Ooh, we have a PHP emoji on Twitch. Check this out. Check this out. Oh yeah, PHP emoji right there. DFL clap emoji. Let's go. Oh, we need that. We need that. We need that actually. We actually need that. That's so true. Benjamin is saying, time to add Constantine to the authors list. Yeah, you know, at some point, that's why some people ask me like, why you, oh, holy moly. Okay, why don't you use Nuno Maduro under the organization? Precisely for this reason, because over time, other people may actually take over. Over time, other people may actually take the maintenance, you know. And I just prefer to have a project that lives forever and not a project that lives under my name for 1-2 years until the moment I'm tired of it. And I just prefer, you know, make the community welcome to contribute and potentially feel that they own this project. That's why I use always like, you know, Peck PHP. Carson is saying PHP die, they said. I don't think so. I don't think so, boy. Oh my god, yeah, PHP is huge, my friend. PHP, boy. All right, folks, let's move forward. So the draft is fixed. I have run the test suite. What do we have? We have a successful 10 checks passing as expected, which tells me that if the code is okay, we can now finally merge this. Ooh, nice one. So if the line is 0, meaning that there is a problem actually on the path, then render path issue. Otherwise, render file issue. Interesting. Okay. I can potentially, you know, rename a couple of things. Okay, there's also a couple of things I'm seeing already. Like there is no documentation on this method, which you can probably use and add. And probably some code refactoring right here too. Because there is some stuff which is a little bit similar, it seems, my friends. I'm gonna merge this and rework this locally, as usual, as you guys may well know. Do we have tests, by the way, on this? No. Which potentially is something we may have to work on, Loki. Yeah, Loki, if I would say something to you regarding this pull request, the first one is an awesome pull request, by the way. If you guys don't know, this pull request is literally having this line that points us to the right direction when we have a problem. So it's effectively pretty cool, right? It's effectively pretty cool. We have literally something that points us to where the problem is. However, I noticed, Loki, that we are missing tests to begin with, so I don't see any tests here, which is something that, you know, it's kind of a red flag when checking pull requests, and documentation as well. So, as you may well know, I like documentation above each method to kind of explain what we are doing here, you know what I mean? So, let's rework this locally. Let's still merge this. So, congratulations, Loki, for having this pull request merge. Good job, dude. I'm gonna put this ready to review and merge this stuff, you know, on my main branch, and then rework this a little bit, if you know what I mean. Someone is saying, please center Nuno Maduro in your face cam overlay. What do you mean? Let me check that real quick. Oh, it's not centered? Oh, okay. I'm gonna fix that afterwards, if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that afterwards. Simon Hemp, what's up, dude? We just watched the video from you, by the way. Congratulations on having PHP compiling and running on iOS, man. Congratulations. Chris TK85, welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you, man. By the way, for those who just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro. I'm a PHP Laravel developer and I work with everything in between. Today on this stream, we're talking about PHP, and the goal is literally this new Peck project, which will be the next generation tooling for past PHP, or for PHP actually, and it will sit alongside tools like PHPStorm, past, Pint, and many others, okay? So let's merge, we just did, so let's go to the code and refactor the things we don't like. Let's go here into some coding. I'm gonna type git status, that should be good, git pull. to have this pull request now locally. I'm going to run Pint to see if we have any problems with styling. We shouldn't, because everything is just passing as expected. So where is the code that our friend just added? I think it's down here below. Oh, maybe not. I can remember. We may have to check that. Merge pull request from Loki right here. So this is within the check command. I would prompt. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Check command. There we go. Okay. So this is the place where everything kind of starts, okay? So when we execute, you know, Peck PHP, we are going to reach a point where we may have issues or not. If we don't have any single issue, we just present to the user that no misspellings were found. So if I run here, for example, /bin pack, I should find no issues at all in my project. So we are at this point right here. Now, if we do have issues though, we enter on this for each condition. However, there is a small difference between when the issue is on the path or when the issue is on the file itself. So what Loki have done here is literally split a little bit, you know, this kind of two renderers in two different functions. So let's just quickly understand what Loki did by coming here into my source directory and add the file with a typo. So persons with double N as usual, our usual example, and run bin pack to see the result on the console. Space Lamp, welcome to the chat, dude. Francisco Jr., welcome to the chat. Nice to see you, man. Carlson is saying, how mock a class in the test? Well, there is multiple things you can do to mock classes. However, if you are making that question, that probably means that you are still mastering a little bit what testing is about. And on that topic, I just released the video that I invite you to watch. So I'm gonna go here into my Safari, and we have this new YouTube video on my channel. Call it why smoke test should always be your first test. I'm gonna send you this so you guys can watch this, but a very, very important video regarding you know, people who are getting started with testing. Sneak Beans is saying, hi from Bosnia, and enjoy watch your videos. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate your feedback. Yeah, but that video talks a little bit about, you know, how to get started with testing, because, you know, mocking is kind of advanced topic, and if you are questioning like how I mock stuff, probably you should, you know, learn a little bit about integration testing first, and then smoke testing, and all those cool things in between, you know? Yeah, mocking is something that I typically avoid, if not avoid all the time. Mocking is something that I rarely do. Rarely, you know what I mean? Very rarely. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Going to code again. So yeah, this is... So what we are seeing right now, this is the render the path issue. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my check command, and I'm rendering a path issue. So something I feel we can do to make this a little bit more sexy, you know what I mean, is call this method instead render line-less issue. So an issue without a line, okay? So we do this and we render the issue. And this will be instead render line issue. Okay, so we have two clear methods. One renders the issue without a line, and the second one renders the issue with a line. Okay, I also feel that we can probably refactor this with to do a match statement. So if we have no line, okay, no, if we have a line instead, apologize. So if we have a line just like this, we can probably, you know, render the line issue. So if the result of this is actually true, we can render the line issue. Otherwise, just render the issue without any line. What do you guys think about this refactor? A little bit better or not? What do you guys think? So we did two things. Rename the name of the method, and we also translate that if condition with a continue in whatever to something like, which is a match statement. What do you guys feel about this little refactor we just did? Arthur is saying much better. Easier to the eye, cleaner. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you something. Okay, this is something that I always do when I'm working with PHP. Typically, my PHP code should be read this way. Just check this out. You see like 1, and then you see 2, and then you see 3, and then you see like, oh my god, I'm having real problems making this right. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, there you go. So you see one line, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, another line, and then you see like this entire thing going down until the return type. And not like something that goes like this, but then like another if condition, which is super complicated, and then, you know, another if condition right here gets a little bit more tricky to the eye. And I feel like when you read this, the code like this, it just feels good, you know what I mean? It's cleaner to the eye. Ideco Bot Robot is asking if there is ternary operators on PHP. Yes, there is. I could potentially do something like this here. If that is your question, by the way. I could potentially do something like this here. You know? I could potentially do something like this here. Still think that my match statement is a little bit more sexy, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? Yeah. Also, so Twitch says is a little bit more cleaner. What do you guys think on PHP's on YouTube, by the way? So we have Carlson, which is cool, and we have Phil, who says which is a little bit more cool as well. All right, cool. Tiago Marsol is asking which team I'm using on PHPStorm. So I'm using actually this team that everyone talks about. We spent almost like 30 minutes discussing themes on PHPStorm. I'm using this team called Cappuccino e Mocha. You know what I mean? Cappuccino and Mocha, which is something that you might find on Google, because it's something that doesn't come by default on PHPStorm. But yeah, it's kind of cool, I think. Yeah, match statement was like a very cool addition on, you know, on PHP. Patrick is also saying match is better, looks cleaner. All right, let's go. Good job, guys. Let's move forward now. So obviously we have two methods. One that renders a line with an issue, and another one that renders a line without issue. Let's try to understand why they are so different. So they both start with rendering using the output, which is something we have to do with Termwin. So if they both start with that, something we can do is remove both render usings in both methods and probably add it at this moment right here. To be honest, I think it's even done. Yeah, we can probably even do it like way further on top, like literally, you know, like literally right here, so we don't have to do it anymore. So we can literally remove render using from each single usage we find right here, okay? So that's the first refactor we did. What else do we have here? Okay, then starts to be a little bit different, because here we're working with files or lines, apologize, and here we are actually working with something that does not have a line. So there is a problem with the word lineless. Why is that? Let me ask Peck. What Peck have to say about this? Lineless. There is no such thing as lineless. Do you mean lineless? Probably yes. You're probably right. I apologize. There we go. Let's do lineless. How about now, Peck PHP? Our Peck PHP project actually doing something for the first time that actually, you know, makes any sense. So cool. So lineless issue. Okay. Then we find the column. We get the last column. What is this last column deal? Oh, it's kind of... What is this? Yeah, I also love match statements. So people on Twitch are saying literally that a match statement is much better than ternary operators and much better than if conditions. I agree with you. I personally agree with you. Rodrigo Lorenzo is asking, can you recommend any books? I cannot recommend books. However, I can recommend you one of my favorite platforms to learn programming, which is Laracasts. Okay, Laracast is absolutely awesome, so I'm going to send you the link. Laracast, which is the place that I use to learn PHP and learn everything, to be honest. There we go. Laracast is pretty much the place I use to learn everything I want to know about modern web development, okay? ASC Cast is saying, sorry I'm late. It's fine, dude. Welcome to the stream. My name is Nuno, by the way, if you don't know me. Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. Today we're working on Peck PHP, open source, reviewing some pull requests, doing some refactor, adjusting tests, changing the font 1,000 times, and then we actually do some stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, Drippin' is talking about Laracast is forever plan. Dude, I actually spent like 4 years on the monthly plan on Laracast for, you know, but now I have like this license that comes from with Laravel, you know, I'm chilling, but definitely the forever plan it's worth it, you know. Pika, welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you, man. Yeah, Laracast is awesome, man. Okay, let's try to understand if there is any kind of code we can refactor now. Well, obviously we can just, you know, wait, what? We don't need this? That's a little bit weird, no? Oh, we use Termwind. Okay, yeah. So basically we were providing the output just to use the function render using. We don't need that anymore, so I don't need this little output being provided here. So I can remove it from this little line right here, and probably I can remove it from this place as well. There we go. We're making progress, dudes. You guys see how fast we're moving? This is line-less issue, so it needs to be uppercase as well. Our test would detect this anyway. There we go. What else do I want to do? Okay, I see that I have this last column with... Okay, I'm seeing something that I don't think I like. Why would you have to store the last column as a property? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna teach you guys something. If you are doing something like a for each loop and you call a method, and if that method decides to interact with a property from the class, especially an array where you are constantly incrementing things, this may actually lead to some memory leaks. In the sense that if we have a bunch of issues, and if all of those issues are actually issues that are going to increment the value on this last column, you take the risk of having this stuff growing in size in terms of megas, you know? It can go for 2 megabytes real quick, 4 megabytes. Now, it's not really like a big issue on this project specifically because we don't have a lot of issues, but if this were to be static and this were to be a long-running process like in Q jobs in Laravel, there is a huge risk of having a huge memory leak on this place. So I typically like to avoid stuff like this, you know? So let's see why he's doing this, because if I'm allowed to, I'm gonna probably not have this at all. Loki, oh Loki, welcome to the stream, dude. I'm literally reviewing your pull request. Like literally reviewing your pull request, man. Yeah, I'm thinking some of your code. Welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you. Now, you did a great job. I'm literally just retouching some of the points to make the code a little bit more like if I were to write this code, you know? But you did a fantastic job. Congratulations, dude. Safe, hello from Pakistan. Nice to see you, man. Sapien is asking if there is any performance difference between match ternaries of if state or if else conditions. We are talking about a fraction of a nanosecond when we talk about performance differences between match statements and if else conditions. So because we are talking about the fraction of a nanosecond, I truly don't care if it is less performant. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Interesting. So, Loki is saying the last column variable is there because there is an odd chance that some mistakes happen multiple times in the column. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, actually. Okay, I'm okay with if multiple mistakes happen in the same place and not reusing that. You know what I mean? So here what I will do is what is this? Get issue column. Get issue column again. Is this code exactly the same? It's not, right? No, it's not the same. It's slightly different. How about like everything else right here? It's not the same as well. Okay. How about this stuff? Yeah, like Loki, something I would do differently is like I'm literally moving between these two different places and the code is exactly the same, you know? So when this happens, something you can do is just literally code refactor a little bit, okay? So here, for example, this stuff right here is different, but this stuff is literally the same, okay? So what we can do is literally just apply some code refactoring to this, okay? Let me just confirm. We're talking effectively about the same thing. So if I do this, yeah, it's exactly the same. So it's all of this the same? Let me check. No, it's not all of it. There is a small difference, which I need to understand what it is. What the heck? Can you guys spot the difference? Okay, I'm gonna copy paste and put it side by side. Okay, right here. So this line is the same. Yep. This line is the same. Yep. This line is the same. Yep. And this line is the same. Yep. Yeah, everything is the same. So what I can do here is literally the following. I can get possibly so something we are doing here is capitalizing the given suggestions. And why would you do that? Am I drunk at the moment? Oh, okay. Yeah, I will make a exactly, Arthur. I will make a function that does the same thing. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. I was just trying to understand what is exactly the difference before doing that small code refactoring. You know what I mean? So this stuff we can remove. Yep. Yep. So this is literally like if it needs to be capitalized, and why that would be need to capitalized if okay, and this is always the same as well. No. Oh, okay, gotcha. How about this? This is the same. Okay. All right, let's write the function that will do like this both together. So here we can type private function get or format suggestions potentially. Just like that. This will receive an array of suggestions. And oh, actually we'll receive the issue entirely. So format issue suggestions. There we go. Receives the issue itself and returns back all of suggestions. So here I'm going to do is copy this, at least this stuff, and do just like that. There we go. There we go, boys. Bam, bam, bam. And we need to provide this bool capitalized, which I'm not yet sure if it will still remain like that. So format the issue suggestions. And this can be immediately returned. Just like that. To Yucatan, welcome to the stream, dude. Today we're working again in the same, in the same Peck project. I'm currently refactoring a pull request locally, which is one that, the outcome and the value was huge, but there was some code in between which could potentially be refactored, and that's what I'm doing at the moment, okay? Someone in the chat is saying, I use Refactor with WordPress, and it's amazing. Wow, man. That's cool. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. That's so cool, man. So, okay, this is looking cool. Looking perfect, actually. So that format issue suggestions. I'm gonna just type here for output, for display. Yeah, it's awesome. In here, what I can do now is just refactor all of this to this. Suggestions equal format issue suggestion for display. And I can also refactor this by providing the issue and making this function aware if it needs to be capitalized, just like this. Okay, looking a little bit better. And doing the same in the other function. Bam, bam, boom. And it's done. What is this relative path? Is always the same as well? Issue file, an issue file. Okay. Don't we have already something on the issue itself that will do that for us? Probably not, right? Okay, I'm okay with sticking with that, with that same code twice. Oops. There we go. Running Pint to format our code, running past. Is this working? It should be. There we go. We may actually have to start using snapshot testing to test the full output of this deal. I may actually do that now. Are you guys familiar with snapshot testing? Is anyone here familiar with snapshot testing? Because yesterday we talked about smoke testing, we talked about integration testing, we talked about unit testing on multiple streams, we talked about mutation testing, coverage and everything, but we haven't talked about snapshot testing, okay? Which is very interesting, okay? Let me just finish this real quick, and we may actually talk about snapshot testing here. Render the issue with the line, and this below is render the issue without the line. Okay, I won't make any further advance without actually having snapshot testing in place, because it feels to me that I may potentially be introducing regressions, and I don't want to do that. Okay, let's run Peck real quick to see if it's working. It should be. No issues found, right? There we go. I make something with the stupid mistake, just like that. Run Peck again, and it should be failing. Oh, someone is saying something really interesting, which is detecting if the thing needs to be capitalized within the method. Yeah, perhaps. We can perhaps do that. Dude, I want to put some, some EDM kind of music. Let me see if I have that. EDM. So actually I bought a subscription from Epidemic Sounds, so I can actually just pass music during my live streams without being demonetized. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? So this is working good. How about if I actually have something inside? Like this. And class persons will double N. This should actually be detected by Peck as well. Yeah, I love stream with music. Some people have. Let me check if this is working. Oh, not this. Interesting. Huh? And we have like some testing on this already. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is actually very cool. So this is what Loki did, like literally point us to the right direction. This is really cool. Really, really good job, by the way. Love it. Absolutely love it. Good job, Loki. Come on, chat. Let's clap everyone to Loki because he did a great job on this pull request. We may have to, you know, add a couple of testing right here, but I think overall it's a great job. Clap to Loki. So Constantine is talking already on YouTube about how we test this output. Like that's why I want to talk about snapshot testing, because we are going to fetch all of the output of running Peck and test that against a specific output. So I'm going to show you how can you do this. Okay, before talking what snapshot testing is, let me just write the scenario right here. So within tests, I'm going to have a new folder with the name integration. Okay, integration. Now on this integration, instead of testing specific files, I'm going to actually run a Symfony process that will effectively run Peck against a specific directory, and I'm going to test if the output that Symfony process is giving to me is the one I expect. Let me show you that, because we are going to use snapshot testing for this, and it's absolutely the most beautiful thing in the planet. Okay, so let's write something here. I'm going to call this this test something like, do I want to call this folder integration? Let me think, because this is a little bit higher than integration. It's almost like browser testing, but for the console. Like, how would you call browser testing, but for the console? Like, literally something that clicks on mouses, but let me think. It's not smoke testing either. I'm gonna call it integration, I think. And we could be called console testing, you know? Why not just say that? Let's call this console testing. Oh my god, man. Why not, man? Console testing. Let's go. It could be end-to-end, undeniably, but you know, I'm known for questioning things, so I'm gonna call this console testing. Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. This is like so true. The people who have invented some of the patterns we use today, like some of the namings we use today, I'm pretty sure the way they found those names was just like we are doing right now. They were just, you know, having a beer, just discussing with friends, blah, blah, blah. Let's call this console testing. Why not? And like 30 years after, everyone is calling this console testing like if it was something, you know, written in stone and well thinking. It could be application test as well. Let's call it console test for now. Okay, guys, I might need your help. Developed while being drunk. Yeah, we don't drink on stream though. We are drinking literally water right here. Today I did my steps as usual. Don't forget, dudes, something I want to talk here on stream as well is incentivize you guys to do sports every single day. Okay, it doesn't really matter how far behind you feel on work. Just stop everything you are doing at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., whatever, and go for a 1 hour walk, 1 hour running, whatever, just to move and put yourself outside. Okay, it's often something that I see on developers is that they feel this constant thing of being behind, of being in delay, of being underperforming, and what typically people do is put more hours, which doesn't fix the problem. You will always feel behind. It doesn't matter. You know, I personally feel behind. I personally feel when I'm finishing my day sometimes, I personally feel that I'm behind, for example, that I'm not delivering in expected time or whatever. So what you have to do is literally ignore all of that and just still go outside and still go for a run. And your future self will say thank you, okay? All right, guys, let's do some console testing for the win, okay? Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go, Chris. I agree with you, dude. All right, create the one file with the name. let's call this output test. It's not the perfect name. I'm gonna think about another one later. Okay. So the first output I want to test is it may fail. So I want to test the output of this when it fails. Okay. And what I will do here is invoke something called a Symfony process. Are you guys familiar with Symfony process? Because if you're not familiar with Symfony process, it's one of the best components on the PHP ecosystem. Symfony process is one of the most powerful components on the PHP ecosystem. And the only thing you have to do to use the Symfony process is call this process class, and then you can import this class, obviously, you know, simplify a little bit the name spacing, and then you would call this from shell command line. And from this point, you can literally, you know, invoke anything in your system, which is very powerful, okay? And what we are doing here, actually, let's just invoke something really stupid, like ls LA, for example, okay? And I'm gonna fetch this process just like this. And finally, what I can do, you know, as you may well know, we first prepare, as you may well know, first we prepare, then we act. And to act on this, we call the method run. So this is effectively running ls and then run that process. And finally, the last thing we want to do is assert if the output is the desired one. And what we can do is just to create a new variable with name output, and we can fetch the given output just like this. And finally, let's expect to see, you know, something like total, okay, to contain, you know, total or whatever. Let's run this given test to see how it goes. And it's passing as expected, which tells me that the output we have from here is literally the one we expect. Let's use the best debugger in the world, the best debugger in the planet, DD right here. And we effectively have, you know, all of the files in our project, as you may well expect, okay? Now, obviously, we are at the moment running ls-la, but what we want to do is running our binary. So something we can do here is call bin pack, you know, and then we provide the directory, because if I'm well remembered, we now accept directories in our command line. We did that last stream, I think. Okay. Shata is asking if we escape parameters. I think it does. You know, I think if it doesn't, okay, I think if it doesn't, you can literally provide the arguments of this stuff as an array, not using the static factory method, but something else, okay, to actually escape the parameters. But I think it does, to be honest. Let me check something. Does it accept an array? It does not. Okay, never mind. But it does, yeah, for sure it does. Pick and flow is saying something very important, still regarding the advice I was giving you for always go for a run. Is saying pushing it too hard makes it worth. It's a lesson, it's a hard lesson that took me long to understand. Yeah, because if you are not exercising, if you are not sleeping good, your brain, it will not function the same way, because you're feeling a little bit more depressed, because you don't have the correct food in your body. I feel the same, man. It's the same with me, to be honest. Great question. So El Mison is saying, does this process wait until it finish and is process blocking? I'm pretty sure it is. Let me check. Yeah, it is, because it returns back an exit code. So here we can actually save this exit code just like that, and we can potentially also expect the exit code to be 1. That's a great point, dude, because literally the exit code needs to be 1, because, you know, we are testing that this may actually fail, okay? So I expect the exit code to be 1, and then the output to be a certain output that we are going to talk about, okay? So let's do something like to contain, do you mean, or did we mean? Let's do this for now, okay? Now, last stream, before we do that, let me just read the chat a little bit. You guys are awesome. Oh, it's super participating on discussions. Let me see here. Mimi PA is saying, random question. How may I cause... Wait, what? Okay, random question. How may I cause AI as much pain as it caused me? Because AI wrote some code that you are not happy with, that's why? Yeah, I'm currently using ChatGPT, by the way, or GitHub Copilot, apologize. I'm using GitHub Copilot, yeah. Constantine Ross is saying, couldn't we create the application and call the command from the code? We could potentially, but I actually want the full process to run to see how does it behave in different operating systems. You know what I mean? That's something that I have kind of learned in the hard way, is that we have a CI which currently is running on macOS and Linux and potentially will run on Windows in the future. And I want to make sure the output is always the same regardless of the operating system. So to do that, I want to test on the most extreme ways as possible, which means that I'm going to effectively launch a process and see the output in the future. But I could potentially do what you're doing. I would call that a little bit more than integration testing, just like Laravel controllers. But I really want to do some kind of end-to-end testing, which is console testing today. You know what I mean? It's a great point and a great question, Constantine. Where are you from, Constantine, by the way? Give me 1 second, boys. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Oh, the music is so much better now. Oh my god. There we go. All right, folks, let's move forward. By the way, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro. I'm a PHP and Laravel developer. I work with PHP. You can support my work by just following me. That's already perfect. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube, you know. That's the platforms I mainly use for streaming. You can also, if you want, subscribe my Twitch channel to support me financially, or become a YouTube member if you want to. Okay, so let's run bin pack. However, this actually may work because we are not providing a directory. Do we already accept a given directory on our command class? So let's go here into our console, check command. Do we already accept like a full directory? Oh, please tell me yes. Oh no, we don't accept yet. We may have to wait a little bit. Let me think a little bit how I want to do this. Okay, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to do something which is, I'm going to change this to-do method right here, which means that this test is not fully ready yet, okay? Let's run the entire test suite and commit what we have at the moment and see if we have any pull request on GitHub that effectively adds the possibility of running on a specific directory, because something I want to do is run this on the features folder, which has some problems, you know what I mean? Wow, Anonymous gifted again 2 subs tier 1 on Twitch. Dude, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Adrian is saying infer project path. Yeah, I know. Let me think. Let me see that. Infer project path. I know, but I remember that we saw a pull request that allows me to provide a directory on the command, like on directly right here, right? Just doing this, something like, you know, tests, features. That's what I want to do. I could do the. You want me to do a little bit dirty through env? I could do that potentially. I could do that indeed. But I'm going to check the pull request to have that indeed, okay? All right, folks, let's run composer test to run the entire test suite, commit what we have in terms of refactoring, and then find a pull request that allows me to run that given, you know, that given command with a given directory, okay? Emily's just sent me a pull request. Let's check that real quick. Let's pull this. Bam, bam, bam. I'm going to call this refactor line for lineless issue. Removes duplicated code. Okay, bam, 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 doom is done. I'm gonna go now to my Safari. And apparently someone already did a pull request which contains like this given option. And the pull request is a 32. Thanks, Emily, for that information. This is the one, boys. This is the one. Already reviewed by Constantine as usual, and Graydon Evans as well. A lot of stuff I can see here. And this is where we end up with, by requesting a couple of changes and fixing the conflicts, which is done apparently. Test suite is running as expected as well. Let's see the files changed. Oh, nice. You also added some documentation to this, by the way. This is like the perfect way to contribute, by the way. If you guys are looking into this project and you also want to help, a great way is literally just go to the documentation and improve things, you know? Okay, let's read this. We now have this little function being refactored or being called but internally. And the function now is find path to scan. And the path to scan can be found on the given input. And what it does is gets the path from the input, which might not be there. Moda, thank you for the subscription through Prime, man. I really appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much. And if it's not a string, we are going to infer the project path, you know, through inv, or just try to guess what is the project path. If not, I'm going to use the provided one, which looks okay. And we also have a test. A little bit weird, the fact that you have used the features folder. So typically features folder, this is not something people talk about usually, but the features folder is only and exclusively for resources you might use in your project. So for example, in this project we have multiple checkers. So something we need to do is literally generate classes with typos so we can inspect if those classes have problems. So for that we have this features folder which contains classes with typos and things like that, okay? But I will move this task literally to a different place. Something really interesting is that you actually use it the way Constantine was suggesting, you know? Which is it's indeed kind of sexy. I have to admit. Oh, I didn't know that Symfony have this command tester thing. I was literally not aware of that. Very interesting. Very good job here. This is a very good test. All right. Congratulations to Graydon Evans. Congratulations, dude. This actually looks very awesome. Okay. So this is what I would like to call an integration test, which effectively, you know, boots the application, calls like the command internally, and then you get the display. The only difference that I would probably still go through the process way, it's because of this operating system's output, basically, okay? They may actually use different ones. Good job here. I'm gonna merge this and just move that test real quick, if you don't mind. Clap, clap for the pull request. This is awesome work, by the way. So pulling this stuff locally. So this file actually should change a little bit. There we go. And something I can do, for example, now, thanks to this contribution, is do something like this. This should actually detect a lot of problems. Oops. Perhaps like this. Oh, it's path. Apologize. Apologize, console. There you go. This is really cool. So I can literally provide this features path. It's already detecting problems over there. Now, so we have this. Let me just go here into the features, which we have right here, and I can literally create an integration folder. Integration, just like that. Move this console output test to the integration folder. Remove this little folder we find right here. And this can be called now check command. So the test you wrote literally is a test that is testing the output of the check command. So I'm going to call this check command test. Okay. And we can test the little details on this integration test. However, I still want this console test to be a little bit more like the full output behavior on different operating systems. So we create the process and we provide now check, and the path will be tests features, just like that. Okay. This should actually just do the thing. So then we act, and finally we assert that at least the output contain did we mean. Okay. Let's run pass to see how it goes. Something we can do, as you may well know, is run this with the only flag. If you do this, we'll run only this test. Okay. Shiko, welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you. Drippin Castle is saying that command tester. Yeah, that command tester looks awesome, right? I agree with you. Thank you, man, for the awesome words, by the way. So yeah, just to clarify a little bit, we are still keeping this integration test, call it check command test, and we are going to test like the tiny details of this implementation of this command, call it check command, on this integration test. But the full output in how does it behave on different operating systems, we'll still go through a regular Symfony process. Just like browser testing, literally, you know, we are literally acting just like the user, you know. Ben James is saying PHPStorm plugin passed, which I don't use, which I probably should. You're probably right. Okay, the test is passing, meaning that now we have the full output. Okay. Let's go again. Who knows about snapshot testing? I want to see the answers again because you are about to get mind blown. Who knows about snapshot testing? Say yes if you do, say no if you don't. Okay, so we have a bunch of folks on Twitch who don't know about what snapshot testing is about, which is normal. It's something that is not super well known. However, is one of my favorite things on the planet, and I'm going to show you. So here at the moment, you may have seen that I have this exit code that I need to test from this process, and I expect the exit code to be 1. So I expect that my little console tool, I expect my console tool to fail. Okay, so this is actually looking good. But then the output, I don't want to test that the output only contains this little thing. I want to test the full thing. Most importantly, I want to detect when the output changes in terms of spacing, in terms of coloring, in terms of, you know, all those grimy, tiny little details. Now, as you cannot imagine, it would be kind of awkward if I were to, you know, do something like this, like literally copy pasting this entire thing. Can you imagine a test that looks like this? Blech, you know, I would vomit right now if a test would look like this. All right. So what I can do is use snapshot testing. And the only thing I will do, just check this out. The only thing I will do is type this to match snapshot. Okay. It's the only thing I will do. Now check this out. The very first time I'm going to run this given test, Pass PHP will tell me the following. You have one incompleted test. However, a snapshot was created at this given directory. And now, if I run my test suite, the test suite is passing as expected. So what exactly happened? Well, Pass PHP, on the first time he ran this test, he created this .past snapshots console output test it may fail, which is this given file with all the output that we are expecting. As you can see, we are expecting this entire output. So the second time it's running, it will compare this given output to the one we have stored on the system. Isn't this thing like just fucking magical. This is like the best thing in the planet. You have literally, can you imagine like the things you can do? Like on Laravel, for example, you can literally type something like get the full homepage and I get the response from this and I expect the response to match snapshot. Can you imagine how powerful this is? We are comparing an entire output which is ugly, like ugly awesome, you know, ugly awesome, and we are testing that the output didn't change. How awesome this is. By the way, let's test this in practice. Let's test this in practice. So I'm gonna go into my check command. And as you may well know, we were just refactoring something really complicated. Like this entire code is super complicated. So let's do something that would potentially impact the output, okay? So I'm gonna go into this Termwind project and I'm gonna potentially, you know, remove this little margin X2. I'm gonna remove this and hopefully our test suite will just fail. There we go. Isn't this like amazingly cool? I literally made one little thing right here and now my test suite is failing. How cool this is. Oh my god. Let's, for example, do you see this misspelling? Let's remove like the ink and run our test suite. Now it's failing again because there is like literally a difference between what we had before and what we have now. Mwah. Love it. Oh my god, so good. Now, some of you may actually have the question. Let me see if I have seen that question already. Do we have a question of how can I regenerate the snapshots? Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, I see right there. How can I regenerate the snapshot from Canada? That's a great question. So, imagine that you come to the output and you actually want to change the output because we effectively made the change. So what you can do is literally come here, do the change, and then you run past PHP just like this. Vendor bin past -- update snapshots. Okay, you do like this. Now, the first time you run this, it will again recreate the snapshot. This first run that you made locally doesn't count. However, the second one and the one on the CI will now have this test suite passing as expected. And obviously, if I, you know, roll back this into in, it will fail again. I need to regenerate snapshots and run past PHP. So now. So far, we have applied this to a small console output, but you can effectively apply this stuff to anything you can ever imagine, like HTML content on a response. If you have a truly static page, which you would expect never change, you can expect the HTML of that response to match the snapshot which you have stored it on your GitHub. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see the questions. Make me some questions about this because I'm a big fan of snapshot testing and I absolutely love this feature. Okay, let's see. Carlson is asking, if I start the wrong snapshot, do I just need to delete it? No, so you run -- update snapshots. That's a great question, but you run update snapshots. Okay, Constantine Ross is saying, shouldn't we use subdirectories so this doesn't change every time someone creates a new mistake on the features? Oh, I know what you mean. I do. So Constantine is saying a very important comment, which is, shouldn't we actually perhaps, you know, on this console test, check like a specific directory that only relates to this test? So my answer to you, Constantine, is that I want this console test, which is probably, we could have called it this smoke testing almost, because it tests a lot of things. But I want to this console test to test the most tests as possible, like the everything it can basically. So I'm okay to update the snapshots each time the features folder change. If we feel we'll be a little bit cumbersome, we may actually change this, okay? That's a great question. Thank you for that. Kevin is asking, your file path isn't the same as the one on GitHub Action. How? What do you mean exactly? Can we elaborate a little bit? File path? Which file path? Okay, what we see here on Twitch, we have snapshot testing is Mindzone Real Life is saying snapshot testing is very nice, but you always have to be careful about dynamic things such as dates, paths, and like your case right now, the snapshot will contain your working directory and will fail on GitHub. Interesting. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. We may have to address this. Yes, yes. So that's exactly what Konstantin and Kevin were saying. We are going to address that real quick, and I'm going to show you how can you fix that. We may have to do some find and replace, basically. That's it. Dripping Castle is saying powerful. Mwah, I agree with you, dude. Loki is saying look like colors escape sequences are messing with spacers. Yeah, that's normal, man. That's literally like ASCII. It's kind of expected, I could potentially, I know that I can use Symfony process to literally like ignore those, but I'm gonna keep them for now, I feel. Mr. Funny Good Feeling is saying, thanks for the sub. You guys are my sugar bears. Oh my god. Chris is saying, what if parts of the content is expected to change? So you obviously wouldn't use something like to match snapshot with something that always change, you know what I mean? But, if we have something that always change, let's assume something like this console displays a time, okay? When this happens, you need to literally fetch the output in advance. So we would do something like this, and you would find string and replace the dynamic content, and we are going to do that right now with my own directory, okay? Because I was checking that it may fail. Actually contains my username, Nuno Maduro, work code, pack, blah 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 blah, and we actually need to remove all of this deal right here, okay? Actually all of this, to be honest. So what I will do is fetch the project directory, which I can do by, let me think. I can probably do like this. Project directory is equals to the current directory, yes, -1, yes, -1 again, yes, this is correct. And then I would do something like this. Output string and replace the project directory to an empty string. This should actually do it already, just this. Okay. And finally, we expect the output to match the one on the snapshot. Obviously, this will fail on the first run. So let's run -- update snapshots. And effectively, this is kind of dynamic content because we will change depending of the person running the test suite. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's run vendor bin passed to see how it goes. And now it's passing as expected. We can check the snapshot to see if we have, my own. We still have it. That's awkward. Let's DD, use the best debugger in the planet. The project directory. Probably it's because of the relative path. Yeah, there we go. So something we can do. Okay, not a lot of people know about this, but you can actually use a function called real path when this happens. So at the moment, like, obviously, we are getting this, which is the relative path, okay? So something you can do when you have something like this is call this function called real path on PHP, and this will translate, any relative path to the absolute path, just like this. Can you notice the difference? This effectively points to the same direction, but kind of differently, So, yeah. Diabel is saying we need the DD. Oh my god, I'm gonna add that stuff right now. Diabel is saying I think we need the !DD command with the best debugger. I'm gonna add that literally right now. Okay, Nightbot, custom commands, add, new command, !DD response, the best debugger. All right, that's it. Try that. Try !DD to see how it goes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hilarious. Oh my god, the best debugger. Oh my god. You guys are hilarious, man. Oh my god. And you guys ask me, like, how do I have so many energy coming to this? I mean, it's so fun. Like, it's literally so fun. Oh my god. All right, folks, let's see if this is working as expected. Let's run with the dash update snapshots. Now run with vendor bin passed normally. Check the snapshot, and it's not there. I can probably still remove this little dash thing real quick. Oh, probably not. Oh, probably yes, or probably not, or probably perhaps. Let me think. No, let's keep it like this, I feel like. Yeah, let's keep it like this. This is looking okay. Okay, boys, this is passing. We can remove that only. Run the entire test suite, and we should be good. El Diagore, welcome to the stream, dude. Nice to see you, man. We now have the exclamation point DD. This is hilarious, man. Yeah, Constantine was literally about the real path. Thank you, man, for the help. Okay, it is still complaining about for some reason. Oh, because I need to convert this to string. That's why. Okay, let's run our entire test suite to see how it goes. A pint issue. There we go. Run the entire test suite. Let's see real quick, what is this integration testing about? Yep, we can remove this, we can remove this, we can remove this. Yeah, this is literally integration testing, which undeniably we could probably use as well some snapshot testing. Let's type here to match snapshot to do the same thing. Do we want to use snapshot testing here? Probably not. Let's keep it simple here. I do need to run export xdebug coverage to literally have coverage on this. We should be at 100% at the moment. Deligier is saying maybe replace the absolute path prefix with a dot to make it relative. Do I want to do that? Yes. You mean on a snapshot? I don't think we care even, to be honest. I don't think we care. Ducatan is saying, today I started a new project and the first thing I did was adding Reactor PHPStorm pint and past. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm like sharing with the world the good practices we have on PHP. You know, that's what makes PHP so modern these days, is literally the tooling, you know, Laravel, Pint, Past, PHPStorm, Reactor, you know, all of these crazy tools. That's what makes PHP so powerful today, okay? Let's run coverage. How we are on coverage, that's a great question. After all of this, let's run vendor bin passed, and let's use the -- coverage flag that we have to see the code coverage. We are with 100%. Can you guys see it on the bottom? There we go. 100% code coverage, boys. The place you want to be. There is a little thing that I may have done on the check command, which is this coverage ignore. However, now we have integration testing thanks to this pull request. And we also have console testing thanks to this new addition. So I feel like at the moment we can literally remove this code coverage ignore. To see how it goes. I'm not sure if it will give us now 100% code coverage, but let's see how it goes. Canada is asking, how was running Peck in the huge code base? It was slow, man. I run Peck on Laravel Cloud, and it was actually very slow. Very, very, very slow. So we may actually have to work on that, you know, make it faster. I have seen some pull requests regarding caching, but I feel like the very first run is still like very, very, very slow. So we need to at least, we need to performance-wise, we need to optimize the project, you know. Constantine Ross is saying, tomorrow video secure. Did you know about snapshot testing? Let's go, dude. That's for sure. Like the first thing I will do when I finish this stream. A snapshot testing video for tomorrow. By the way, I mean, you guys were here, so you guys saw the video. But if you still want to get early access to all the videos I publish, you can, become a YouTube member. Yeah, so the caching pull request, I'm going to check the caching pull request because I'm not sure how the caching pull request is addressing the issue, but I'm going to check that. We're going to have cache anyways, regardless of if we optimize the first run or not. Okay. Duka Chen, wait a second. You started a new project with Reactor PHPStorm Pint in Past. How about Peck? You are literally working with me on this, and you didn't add Peck to that project? Come on, man. Okay, there is a few lines which code coverage is complaining about. Let's read what those lines are about. Oh, I think one of those lines are when there is no problems at all. Yeah, there we go. We don't have a test for this. Let's add that. Let's go into our console test and let's type something like it may pass. Okay, so I'm gonna run Peck against the source code. I think we can run Peck against the regular source code, which shouldn't have any problems. And we run this. We also, do this magic with snapshots, which undeniably we can convert this to a function. So we can call here function remove a project directory. So we give an output, we remove the project directory, and we return back the given project directory. So let's just do like this. There you go. And I can copy paste this little function to the top. Just like that. And I expect the exit code. So here we are testing that this may pass. Let me recap a little bit because you guys may not have followed. So when I ran coverage, I detected that the line 52 to line 62 is not being tested. And I went to the check command to see what those lines are about. And those lines are actually about when there is no issues at all. Okay, so what I have done is I have wrote this console test, which will effectively run a new process and check if the output is expecting, is the one which we are expecting. However, because we are using Symfony process, I don't think this counts for coverage. So I think we are going to have to do some integration testing for this as well. Yeah, snapshot created. Let's run it again. Yeah, what time is it? How much time are we streaming already? Let me check that. 1 hour and 30. Oh my god, time flies so fast in my streams. That's crazy, man. Yeah, well, as you can see, like this small change we just have made, it's not counting for coverage. So I may go to this integration folder, and I have this check command test, which tests when there is a failure. So I may just come here, it may fail. And I'm going to add a test just on bottom, which is it may pass. And the only difference is that I'm not going to provide any path, which I don't need. We'll just use the project directory, okay? Do I need to provide an empty array? Like, why would you force me to provide an empty array if I'm executing this command without any parameters? This is like an example of an API that I wouldn't do. If I don't have any heavy input, what I would do here is literally just allow me to not provide the input at all. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's go back and to our integration test and actually run check without anything really. And what I would expect is a code coverage that goes a little bit better. Miran is asking, Nuno, on large code bases like Laravel Cloud, how are you managing backend and frontend? Something like Inertia with React or having a separate code base? Would be great to share your experience. Yeah, I can be open about how Laravel Cloud is built. So we are using, obviously Laravel, the latest version. We are also using Inertia too. We are using React, and we are using ShadCN. Okay. What else we are using? Tailwind, of course. Yeah, that's it. That's our stack. So same repo, okay? Mono repo. Mono repo, okay? Mono repo. Phil is asking, what is your recommended way to use refactor on something like Breeze? You mean Reactor? You guys confuse a lot Reactor with refactor. Which, I mean, I do get why you'd confuse this, because the Reactor, what Reactor does is effectively refactoring. But yeah. So the question from Phil is, what is your recommended way of using Reactor with something like Breeze? When I fresh install Breeze and I use Reactor, I get hours to clean it up. Why would you spend hours? Because Reactor fixes the issues for you. You know? That's odd, man. Reactor, it's supposed to fix the issues, not actually break behavior. Vector. It's a Reactor. So I have a video about Reactor. Let me go there real quick. If any of you have missed it, Reactor PHP, the stream I have made, I'm gonna send it to you, okay? There we go. I have made literally a video about, you know, Reactor PHP, which is one of my favorite tools in the planet, okay? Oh, you meant PHP Stan? Oh, okay. Yeah, man, I wouldn't probably run PHP Stan at level max in your application. If you're literally getting started, you know, the last thing you want is being stuck in these betweens. You literally want to get stuff done. So go at level 5, you know, go fast. And once you have like literally, you know, almost everything ready, just start cleaning up things with PHP Stan. Tukachan is asking if Livewire Vault should be used with full page components. Yeah, why not? It's like, it's not related. If the fact that you use Vault with full page components in Livewire, they are not related, you know? So you can literally do Vault. I cannot remember the API, but it's like Vault route or whatever, and everything will just work. Okay. Okay, so here the test is not passing because I provided a wrong output expectation. So here I can just do this. And I expect the coverage to go a little bit higher now. Phil is saying PHP Stan shows it tons of issues. Well, if you use it at level max, it will be, you know, a little bit more strict. So you either fix those issues, which I think you probably don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Because you probably, if you're using Breeze, you are getting started with the project and you want to be, you know, a little bit faster. Okay, we still have a little bit of untested code in our check command. Let me check that. I'm going to actually do the following. Some of you ask me, how can I contribute to this project? So I'm going to tell you one of the things you can do, okay? You go, you clone this project, you run this project locally, and as you can see, if I run -- coverage, I'm not at 100% at the moment, okay? So this is happening because there is a few places on the check command class, which is right here, that are not being tested at all. For example, if I go to line 62, this thing right here, ran line less issue, is not being tested at all. So what you can do is pull this project locally, run this project with -- coverage, and add a few tests until we are back to 100%. Okay, that's one idea. I will invite you to do that, okay? I'm gonna intentionally pull this and put this on GitHub and have the CI failing until you guys make a pull request to fix that, okay? So let's add all of this and let's run a git commit -m. Let's call this tests improve coverage and output testing, okay? And as you can see, all of the snapshots are actually being committed to the project. So that's something I haven't mentioned regarding snapshot testing. All of the snapshots literally go to the project itself, you know? That's why when people pull this project afterwards, their output in their own machines will be compared against this one, okay? Okay, Constantine and everyone mentioning like the cache deal. Which pull request is about cache? Meanwhile, to answer Alejandro, for those who don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro. I'm a PHP and Laravel developer, and I work with everything, around web development. I also work with JavaScript, but today I'm focusing on PHP. My live streams are mainly about PHP, and I stream on Twitch and YouTube. You can support my work if you enjoy the content by simply, following me on these two platforms. You can follow me on Twitch, and you can also follow me on YouTube. If you really enjoy my content, and if you would like to continue me to do this, I'm literally opening this, Twitch subscriptions, but also YouTube membership. So you can literally subscribe me on this channel, and by doing that, you are supporting my work, and all the money I get from this will be reinvested on making the stream better. Okay? Okay, so Constantine is saying we have the next pull request is from Julio and looks good. Okay, let's see that. Adds cache feature. Okay, let's do this last one. So it's a pull request which started, but then Constantine did a great job reviewing it. Okay, so I'm gonna trust on Constantine's review. This is something that over time I will have to, which is long-time contributors to the project, either Constantine or other people. They will become trustworthy people reviewing pull requests. So I will not check what Constantine have gave in terms of feedback, and I'm going to go all the way down to see if tasks are passing. And I can see that tasks are passing as expected. And by the way, I'm thinking about adding admin permissions to Constantine, but possibly to other people who are actively contributing to the project. Okay? The goal is, again, not making Peck PHP a Nuno project, but potentially a project with a few core members, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's just better for the growth of the project having a lot of people within. Roberto is making a good question, which is, isn't running tests on macOS a waste of time? It's not, man, because macOS on the console will also behave differently, just like Windows. I will have to have this stuff run on Windows as well. We have to. I've been trying to use the emojis deal, but it's like the emojis deal only works when I don't want to. When I'm like doing, scratching my hair, an emoji will appear on this webcam. But when I actually want the emoji to appear, it doesn't work. Anyways. Oh my god. All right, dudes, let's review this cache feature. Okay, let's think a little bit why we need cache. Okay, let's think. Okay, we need to think. Okay, so as you know, a project like Peck PHP, it's all about reading file contents and perform a bunch of checkers. I haven't checked this pull request, so I don't know what exactly this is doing, but there is a few things that I would expect from this already. Okay, I would expect this cache feature to be about not having to read the contents of the file constantly. Okay, but let's see how it goes. I'm gonna click here on, click here on, oh, by the way, he made actually a very cool screenshot, which is evidences of this pull request in progress. And I can see that running our Peck project without cache takes 16 seconds on his laptop, which isn't that different from our project locally. So if I run Peck right now, or the entire project test suite, how much time do we wait? I don't think we wait 16 seconds though, but we wait a lot, I think. Oh, we wait probably 16 seconds. Oh my god, it's really slow at the moment. Almost 16 seconds, which is crazy. I'm wondering if Julio also have a M1, by the way. Megacorp CTO is making a fantastic question. Don't you need a clear roadmap to be able to have core team members? So I'm going to tell you something. I have insanely successful projects on the open source world. You know, Fast PHP, Larastan, Termwin, OpenAI for PHP, Volt, Pint, and so many more. None of them had a clear roadmap. None of them. It was just improvisation, you know? For example, this cache deal we are talking about on Safari, I have mentioned, like, briefly, we probably need cache, and now people have come up with this solution with clear results, you know what I mean? So something that I recommend people to really not do, especially in open source, we are talking about the free time, like the hobbies of people, the free time people have. The last thing you want is a lot of how do we say this word in English? A lot of roadmaps, like a lot of strict rules, a lot of you know, like clear roadmaps. You want to avoid all of that and make it as simple as possible for people to contribute. You know what I mean? All right, folks, let's read this. Okay? So here we went, by the way, we went from what? 16 to, I guess the number was a lot less. Yeah, 1 second. Jesus Christ. This is literally 1 second. 16 to 1 second. Oh my god, I'm excited to pull this locally. All right, files changed. Megacorp CTO is saying, got it, thanks. Thank you so much, dude. I mean, this is just my point of view as well, you know? This is just my point of view. From experience, I feel like a lot of rules make things slower. You want to move fast. You want to shape up, you know what I mean? Shape up, like the other guy. Okay, let's read this. Let's try to understand what this is doing. First of all, we have this concept being introduced of plugins, which is interesting. It's about one of the solid patterns which we haven't talked about. We probably should do a stream on that. Is one solid pattern, which is you want to open your code for extension and not for modification. So by having plugins, we are potentially introducing a way of modifying the current behavior of Peck without actually having to change the internals each time. Okay, so let's read this. We have a couple of files being added, which in hindsight they make sense, which is like the cache file being generated for Peck. If the cache file does not exist, we are going to create that file. So something I don't like about this code right here is the fact that the constructor of one class is not pure. So when the code is not pure is when it has some side effects. One side effect of this code is actually creating a directory when we are creating an instance of cache. So I'll probably move this little piece of code to something like get. Okay, when we are effectively already on the process of getting the cache file. Okay, that's something I would probably do. Yeah, so bars just say is bureaucracy. Yeah, that's what the word I meant. I'm not native, you know. Sometimes I make mistakes, you know. Mora is saying, wait a minute, caching shouldn't be for pack check instead of tests. Yes, but the internals will use this caching, you know, Mora. So, but let's see what this stuff is about. I still don't know yet, so I wanna read this, okay? So here we have a regular cache pattern, which is if I'm getting one key, I'm gonna fetch the cache file, and then I'm gonna fetch those contents. Yeah, this is just a regular cache file, which, you know, store any given content using the set serialized on a cached file, and then we are allowed to get it at any time we want. And then on the in-memory spell checker, which is the one we use the most, we are providing the instance of the cache in that default as well. Oh, okay. So this cache is actually Got you. Okay, so this pull request is actually about starting the previous result of the file, which is one level of caching that I wanted to do, okay? But I also wanted a second level of caching, which is ensuring that all of the checkers can reuse some sort of cache in between to not have all of the checkers getting each file individually each time, you know? So I feel like this pull request will be insanely useful for the second run. It will still lack on the problem solving of the first run of the project, but still good job. Let's continue to read this. So when we are fetching, where this text comes from? Okay, it comes from here. When we are fetching the given text, yeah, the given, what is text, by the way? Oh, wait a second. Okay, you guys will need to forget everything I just have said. This is a little bit different. So the only thing we are literally caching and using caching for is not for the results, but for the previous results while interacting with the ASPL, which makes probably a lot of sense. And I'm wondering if this will also, yeah. So we are not fixing the previous results or not caching the previous results. We are caching the previous results with the ASPL tool, which is interesting. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we are literally using this ASPL tool behind the scenes, which is a tool with a bunch of dictionaries, works with different languages. And what we're doing here is effectively storing in cache the previous interactions with that tool. When this thing gets cleaned up, by the way, never. Yeah, probably never at the moment. So Konstantin is saying, we did this at ASPL level because ASPL seems to be the main performance problem, not reading a file. Okay, interesting. Which makes sense. I'm going to be honest, it makes sense. So if ASPL is the main source of problems, are we going to ever be able to fix the first run of the project? Okay, let's merge this. This looks okay, by the way. I'm going to merge this and rework any variables that I may want to, okay? Let's pull this locally. And I see that we have this plugins cache. I'm going to add the comments. As you may well know, I like the comments. I want to move this to probably at this point right here. So there we go. Get cache file for the given key. Checks if the cache has the given key. Sets the given value on cache. Blah 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 blah. Gets the value from the cache. Perfect. Looking a little bit better. And we use this on the creation of the kernel or the creation of the in-memory spell checker. There we go. And finally, the last thing I want to check on this pull request is the in-memory spell checker, which uses ASPL behind the scenes. Konstantin is saying the first run should be okay as we cache fragments. So duplicate fragments become quicker. Yeah, but how often we have duplicate fragments on the first run? You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to run the test suite and, and see the results of the first run. Canada is asking, do we read all files every time for each checker? I can't remember, but I think we do at the moment. Oh, a great point from Mind Zone Real Life is concurrency might be a way of further improving things. Yeah, because at the moment we are probably using this in-memory spell checker. Like, okay, take this file, check the thing, it's good, perfect, come back, take this file now, check the thing, it's good, perfect, come back. So, which undeniably it's slow, and I'm not using all the cores of my machine. So potentially we can make this a lot faster by using concurrency, that's for sure. Oh, very interesting. Konstantin Ross is saying that we actually on the code use the same methods and property names a lot. Got you, interesting. But yeah, concurrency, it's possibly something we have to do, for sure. Yeah. By the way, if you just arrived, we are almost at the end of the stream. My name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, and we just merged a cache feature in this Aspel or Pack tool we are building, which is a next generation tool for PHP development, checks typos in your project, you know? So we'll sit alongside PHPStorm, Vector PHP, Past PHP, and we'll detect typos in your project. Let's go to the cache file itself. Do we have PHPStorm passing on this? I think we do, right? Otherwise, this wouldn't be passing on a pull request. There we go. This actually looks perfect. I don't know what else I could say about this. You know, great job. At least on this code I'm reading. Let's see the in-memory one. I also want to see the test real quick. Okay, let me read this. So this is the in-memory spell checker, which behind the scenes uses the Aspel thing, which undeniably makes me think why I'm calling this in memory. Probably because I'm not, you know, interacting with, you know, any sort of external API. But let's read this real quick. So to detect the cache key, the first thing we are doing MD5 of the given text. MD5, that is, you know, possibility of collisions, but it's so small that we don't care and you use MD5 because it's super fast, okay? So we use MD5 to, you know, check the cache key. And we check if the cache has that given cache key. Can't we encapsulate this MD5 call within this as? And within the set? We can probably do that, right? Do we on the set also use MD5? Are you using MD5 all over the place? Yeah. You're using MD5 for the as, we're using MD5 for the get. Okay, so let's refactor this. So something I've noticed is that each time we want to fetch something from cache and we want to use a key, we are constantly using this function MD5. So I feel like that belongs a little bit to the concerns of the cache itself. So what I will do here is go to the cache implementation like that, and instead of each time I'm receiving a key, what I will do is potentially use an MD5 of the key. Potentially. I'm thinking if we are going to ever use this with... Nah, I'm gonna MD5 right here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for now. And as, right? I think that's it. So as, set, and also get. And finally on the in-memory spell checker, I can improve things a little bit by simply doing cache as text. If it has text, just do it. Undeniably, I'm MD5ing twice. which I don't think we even care. Kevin is asking if I'm planning to add architectural testing. Perhaps, yeah, perhaps. Someone is saying that Twitch messages are not coming through. What do you mean? Can you guys write on Twitch, please, so I can see if the messages appear on my stream? Yeah, I think Twitch is broken. Is anyone watching me from Twitch? Oh, yeah, it's working as expected. Rue just said, yeah. Hello, test. Oh, yeah, it's working. Check that out. Everyone is writing on the chat. Zeno is saying, I kind of expected that the first run will always take longer. Yeah, maybe, but we can, we can parallelize things. We can work our way around to make things faster. I think the fact that now we are literally not requiring a spell of common words, I think will make things faster. If you think a little bit, like, there is a few words like public function get something, like this get little thing, it's probably used a lot of times, So you're probably saving some seconds right here. And there is a delay, that's expecting. Dripencast is saying this refactoring, moving the MD5 inside cache, opens for using memoization down the road. Yeah. So you okay with this, right? You okay with this little refactor? I think it's better. Rue is saying you can add the PHP tag for Twitch for easier discovery. Yeah, maybe I can do that for sure. All right, is our test read still passing as expected? It's not. So 2 tests failing on cache. Let's see how it goes. The first test failing is one that expected the runtime exception. So always keep in mind, if you want to throw exceptions, never on constructors. Okay? Never on constructors. Otherwise, if people are creating these lazy objects, which you may use or not, imagine a lazy object that you never use throwing exceptions. So you want to avoid that, you know what I mean? Throws an exception when the cache directory cannot be created. Okay, so let's potentially do something like, something like this. Is it failing now? We have a warning for some reason. Julio, which is the author of this pull request, is saying the following. Some tests in this pull request don't use MD5. Yeah, that's fine. The MD5 was moved internally, so don't worry. We are going to, get it right if it's not passing. This EDA is asking Joak, is PHPStorm the best editor in the world, okay? All right, cache test, line 74. Should return null when cache file exists but is not readable. Okay, so I create a directory and then, oh, this scares the shit out of me, dude. Doing removes like this. What are we doing? Oh, we changing the permissions of the cache directory. Gotcha. Gotcha. So failure to asserting that value is null. We do have a cache file at this point, right? Let me run this test individually. I'm going to just chain only real quick. Run past PHP. It's obviously failing because of the same problem. Hi Mateos, welcome to the stream. Today we are looking at Peck PHP. the next generation tooling for PHP. And currently we are fixing the test suite because of a recently refactor on this cache feature. A huge deal, but yeah, almost, we're almost there. Roberto is saying, does anyone here pays for JetBrains AI? Well, I'm using GitHub Copilot, so I don't know if JetBrains AI is a thing, you know? PHPStorm license giveaway. We can probably do that. To be honest, I'm currently contacting PHPStorm to really try to come up with, you know, partnerships for the stream, and I know I'm gonna ask them if they would like to give away a license here. All right, dudes, let's fix the test suite to see how exactly much faster it is, okay? Ooh, we have a bunch of files here already. Okay, something I for sure want to do afterwards is literally remove this. Oh, because it's one for every single entry? Wait a second. Get cache file. Oh, are we storing every single entry in a new file? Yeah, I feel it's okay for now. But potentially down the road, something, Julio, something you can probably do through a new pull request is always working with the same file, if you don't mind. Okay? Get cache file was not using MD5. Get cache file, which is this one, is not using MD5. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, this will be a problem. Oh, actually, it's not a problem. Okay, wait a second. Get cache file is being used here, being used here, blah, 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 blah. Oh, gotcha. So what I will do here is make this function public real quick. And reuse this on this little get cache file, okay? There we go. Provide the key. And we should be good now, actually. Let's run the test suite. Yep, passing as expected. Let's run the entire thing to see how we are. So it's already a lot faster. You guys can see that we went from 16 seconds to literally 1 second only, which is kind of crazy. So what happens if I remove this, for example? Will this take 16 seconds still? No. Wait, what? Wait, what? Let me fix this warning real quick, but then what the heck? Read-only file system. What do you mean? Leave me alone, dude. Make dir? Huh? It throws an exception when the cache directory cannot be created. Oh, yeah. I mean, wait, what? Which test is this one? Okay, this is the one. Oh, got you. Yeah, the warning is okay. It's kind of okay, you know? Yeah, I cannot access this thing. That's why it's like throwing a warning. Can I do like ignore warnings or whatever on past? Okay, I can. Never mind. All right, let's do the very final test, okay? Julio, this will be the moment of truth, okay? I'm going to remove this entire folder and run vendor bin past. So this is like the first run, which is crazy. How did you went from 60 seconds to 3 seconds? And it's the first run. What? All right, people, let's clap to Julio. Congratulations, Julio. Thank you so much, Constantine, for the review. This is looking awesome. Congratulations, dudes. You guys are fantastic, man. Let's clap for this team, huh? Thank you, thank you. Now, if you can, I'm going to tell you something, Julio. If you can. Yeah, the performance gain is insane. How about the second run, by the way? Oh! The second run is 1 second only. Oh my god. This is actually insane, man. Clap, clap, Julio. Let's go. Good job, team. Good job, team. All right. A very good job, man. This is very impressive. I may actually run this on Laravel Cloud and tell you the difference. On Laravel Cloud, it was super slow, like literally super slow. I couldn't run this on Laravel Cloud, and now I'm generally curious to see how it goes now. You know what I mean? Congratulations, team. That's awesome, man. I want to. How is the coverage, by the way? Let's run -- coverage. Oh, the coverage is complaining about the same stuff on the check command, but the plugin cache have one single line non-tested, which is line 47. This one, which is very tough to test because basically the contents need to be bad serialized, to be honest. Yeah, I mean actually PHPStorm or code coverage ignore start and code coverage ignore end. Julio, if you can test this line, great. If you can't, oh, there is probably a way we can do this, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna actually leave it, okay, still, you know, untested, line 47. It's currently on the test suite, as you can see right here. And one way you can probably test this is setting something on cache and then manually corrupt the cache. So you would come here, for example, on this file, and you would corrupt this, you know, and then you would fetch the same key to see if the values are okay. If you don't know what this is, team, this is literally serialization in PHP. So you can literally serialize anything, really. You know, you can provide a full array, serialize that. The format of that array will be something like this, okay? And then, you know, the output will come when you unserialize something, okay? All right, that was awesome, and I love this stream. You guys were awesome. Again, as usual, we end up almost with the same number of pull requests as we started. But today we have made high impact merging on this project. We have now this, you know, this output that just points us to the right direction. We have talked about snapshot testing, which I think is something that everyone should use, okay? So you guys know I want you guys to be better programmers. And snapshot testing is a technique that you don't want to ignore. So tomorrow we probably have a video about that on my YouTube channel. We also talked today about caching, which, you know, is a very interesting technique that allows you to, you know, improve performance quite a bit. And typically people think that caching is always related to, you know, use a performance driver like Redis or whatever. Sometimes caching can be done at file level, like we are doing right now, at file level or at database level. It just needs to be done in the right place in your code. And currently, Julio and Konstantin did a great job, first of all, understanding where was the problem of performance in our code, which clearly was on the underlying tool we are using, call it Aspel. So they detected that the problem was coming from that little tool. And they said, if the problem is coming from this little tool, I'm going to apply caching at this level at the moment. And we got a 10x improvement on caching. When we are working with performance improvements, you should never work for the small wins. You should always work for how can I make this code 10 times faster, 100 times faster, you know? So you always want to search for performance improvements like this that makes your code undeniably faster. Okay? And they did a great job over there. So clap again for Julio and Konstantin and everyone involved on this pull request. And tomorrow we'll be back. Not sure if we are going to continue to review pull requests, but yeah, probably we will. I don't know, but we will be back tomorrow with more content. Let me read the chat a little bit. So I see everyone clapping for Julio and for everyone, which is quite cool. We need the clap emoji. Yes, sir, we need. So great question from Mora. Great question from Mora. Mora is making a question, which is why all the files Well, Mr. Fabri Dev, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 2 months. 2 month subscription, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. By the way, when you're subscribing on Twitch, I appreciate any subscription you give me. However, if you give me a long-term subscription, that's something I can rely on, which is a little bit better. Which I still need to understand, like, how does it work on Twitch? Because at the moment, like, I have 200 and whatever subscribers, but next month I will have, like, what, 0 again? Which is, you know, something I need to work on. Anyways, when I look at the output of these files, I indeed see an empty serialization all the time. This is happening because at the moment, when you give a text, all the suggestions that are coming back are empty. That's why we have an empty serialization here. That's why, Mora, okay? Megacrop CTO is saying he never reaches my pull request. I apologize, dude. But I feel like, you know, I feel like if I go slowly, I have more fun, you know, because I have time to speak with you guys. I have time to literally create some content in between about, for example, snapshot testing. I have time to teach you stuff. I also feel like, you know, I'm learning stuff with you guys, but if I can stop for a few minutes here and there and explain you some of the patterns I'm using, some of the code things I'm using, makes the stream more interesting. What do you guys think? I personally think that, you know. Constantine Ross is saying Laravel Cloud will be interesting to run Pack because there is real name, less duplicates. Let's see. I will tell you how it goes. Okay. Claudio Veranda is saying awesome work, Julio. Congratulations, man. Target X is saying ratings. I like you exercise daily. It would be great if you could remind us of benefits in important exercise for persons sitting down for a long period of time. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have learned in the hard way that not exercising and eating bad will just lead you to like some very bad consequences. Like I was almost with 100 kilos, which I don't know how much it is in, you know, on US, but 100 kilos during summer 2020, like COVID times, you know what I mean? And, you know, I started eating properly and, you know, doing sports every day, and now I'm a little bit better. But yeah, definitely for the head. I work better if I run. I'm more energized on my streams if I run. So it just helps, you know what I mean? So even if you feel on delay, just always go for a run every single day. Claudio Varandas is saying Wednesday I will get my new laptop and I can start looking and contributing. Well, thank you. That's cool, man. I'll also get a new laptop next week. It's Apple MacBook Pro M4. Yeah, M4 16 inches, you know, of screen. Paul is saying, yes, I appreciate the explanations. Yeah, I also feel the same. Thank you, Claudio, for the amazing vibes. I really appreciate it. Diogo D1, yes, is the stream ending? By the way, all my VODs are on YouTube, okay? So I'm gonna open Safari here real quick. If you go to my YouTube channel, is this the naming? Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, so first of all, you will find multiple things. One of them being, yeah, like, you know, all the videos I'm making at the moment, but then just below you will find past live streams. So something you can do is just watch them all. So, you know, I have here like live streams every single day, about 2 hours live stream, you know, sometimes 3 hours when I'm on vacations or weekends, for example. So, and now I'm also publishing shorts. So I don't know, man, if you guys like my content, give me a follow there. I'm almost reaching 10K followers on YouTube, which is pretty kind of crazy since I have started almost a month ago. But yeah, I'm also on TikTok and everything. So I'm going to publish here all my socials so you guys can, you know, follow me if you want. I'm going to copy this message real quick and publish this as well on YouTube and also on X if you guys want to check that out. John Purvis, welcome to the stream, dude. We are literally ending the stream, so welcome but goodbye at the same time. Oh my god, man. It was a fun stream. I loved it. What else do I have to say? Well, we'll be here tomorrow again, back to the live stream. You know, I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. You guys literally make my day. I'm gonna be honest. You know, that's why I was saying that I love the pace. that, you know, we don't get a lot of stuff done, but we get enough stuff done to be fun, at least for me. So I hope it's the same for you all. Fabri Dev is saying pure gold. I agree, man. Megacarp CTO is saying totally fine, don't need to apologize, you are doing fantastic. Thank you, man. So that's why, you know, it may take a while to check your pull request. Which one is your pull request, by the way? What is your GitHub username, Megacorp CTO? Emily Dev is saying snapshot testings are failing now on GitHub. Yeah, so Emily Dev is saying that snapshot testings are failing on GitHub. So if one of you guys can check that out, you just have to come here and try to understand why tests are failing on Ubuntu. It might be because of padding and stuff like that. Okay, tests are failing because of the size of the terminal. So something you have to do is provide the size of the terminal to the Symfony process, which is a little bit advanced. So I don't know if you guys want to fix this, but the way of fixing something like this is providing the size of the terminal to the Symfony process. So Termwind uses that size when it's computing something like this. Okay. Zeno is asking if I have kids. I don't have kids at the moment. How do I manage balance? Tech can take a lot of mental space for me. It's the same for me, dude. I just, you know, if you were to stream whatever you do at night while, you know, doing some code, it isn't that different, at least from me. I just come, you know, and stream whatever I'm doing at the moment, and it's fun. Yeah, that's it for today, folks. Let's raid someone, the usual stuff. Let's go here and try to find someone to raid. Who do we have online at the moment doing some software engineering? Let's see. Any recommendations of people doing Laravel or PHP? Let me know. So if you don't know, if you're watching me from TikTok, X, or YouTube, we always raid someone. So raiding is basically sending my Twitch users to whatever person is online doing PHP. So I'm gonna find someone and raid that person. Can you guys see anyone on Twitch doing cool stuff so I can raid, please? Well, that is me, that's for sure. Oh, that is literally a Portuguese streamer doing some engineering in Arduino stuff. I don't know if he does speak English, so we'll maybe a little bit tough. What do you guys think? Should we raid this Portuguese streamer? Thank you so much for those words on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't know, man. I need to curate this list of streamers, by the way, you know. Yeah, Tyler is a League of Legends streamer, so okay, I'm gonna raid Julia Labs, which I have no idea which type of streamer she is. I don't know what content she streams, but I'm gonna raid this person, and you guys let me know afterwards if it was fun or not, okay? So Julia Labs, it might be a Portuguese streamer, so, you know, apologize if you don't get the content. Okay, let's go here and raid this Julia Labs thing. And there we go. So that being said, thank you so much for being here today. I had a lot of fun. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So thank you for being here and peace out.